So guys, I hope you're doing well today, and those of you who traded today also did well, because the day was extremely volatile, and and I really doubt that any non-directional trader would have escaped the volatility. Depends on how big of a stop loss you have, because if you really had a very wide stop loss, you can survive, but for most of the traders who work with a reasonable stop loss, it becomes a very hard to manage on days like this. So today, extreme volatility, very enhanced volatility. You can see from the get-go, the signs were clear. Market went up, then came down. Then this stop loss hunting candle, which took out some of the call option stop losses, and then this market fell down aggressively. Then again went back up. Right, so this heightened volatility is a perfect recipe for hitting all the stop losses, and that's basically what happened to me as well. So this is basically how the day has gone. Now here there are two sections, as I mentioned. Bank Nifty is the one which I do algorithmically, and Nifty is the one which I do manually. So the algo did not work out today at all. In fact, it ended up with a very minor profit. Manual trading, of course, has the benefit of hindsight and experience. So, that's the one which kind of took care of today. But very volatile at some point. In fact, I was thinking we should wrap up the day trading. In fact, this morning when I was talking to a lot of folks, I said this is not a good day to trade at all. And those who listened to my advice probably would have saved some money, right? Save some money. Sometimes surviving is more important than making money, and this is that kind of a day, and this is that kind of a market, right? So see, the thing is that you need to know when not to trade. I think this is something which is not discussed as often as it should. And most of the time we focus on, okay, what trade should we take? What trade should we take? Should we buy option? Should we sell option? Should we go long? Should we go short? But not enough people talk about when not to trade. Right, and in my experience, if you know when not to trade, that will not only help you preserve your capital, but it will also help you reduce your cost, right? Because every time you trade, you have to pay the brokerage, you have to pay charges, you have to pay, there are tons of things, because it doesn't matter whether you're making money or losing money, you still have to pay those charges. So you can avoid paying all those things. So one of the ways which I believe is you can think about not trading actively, especially on an intraday basis or on an expiry day, is when market goes in a very tight range and there is enhanced volatility within that range, right? So currently what is happening is that if you take a look at the daily chart of Nifty, this is Bank Nifty, then you will see that Nifty is currently trading in a narrow range, correct? So currently there is some sort of a tussle going on between the bulls and bears. The bears are trying to push the market below 18K, and they are succeeding to some extent, but bulls are fighting back aggressively, and this aggressive fight between the bulls and bears results in extreme volatility on the intraday basis as well as also on a positional basis. But I mean, this is hard, right? This is really hard to trade, because what kind of a trade would you take? Right? If you are taking a directional trade, what kind of a trade would you take? Because by the time you figure out that market is going up, it starts to reverse. By the time you take a short trade, it starts to reverse again, right? So this becomes a very hard market to trade, and even a non-directional trader will have a tough time keeping their stop losses intact, like in case today. Most of the stop losses got hit for call option and put option, right? So again, I will keep it short, because that's the message that I want to convey in this video, that not just focus on what to trade, but also focus on what not to trade and when not to trade, and try to be a little bit more rigid about your rules for when you will trade and when you will not trade. That way you will avoid certain these bad days where enhanced volatility appears, and you can also reduce your trading cost. Okay. So that's basically it, guys. We are progressing on our algos and testing and everything else. So things are looking good, but I hope the volatility settles down before we can add more capital, right? Because it's not a good time. It's not a good time to scale up because you can get very significantly hurt if you do not manage your risk, right? So I will keep you guys posted how things go. In the meantime, let's keep learning, right? And I will see you guys next time.